Definitely not going to make them go away. Similar to when Prohibition was lifted in 1933, organized crime in Chicago and New York didn't go away. It wasn't as violent, it wasn't as pervasive, but they stuck around for quite a bit.
And how else are they making money besides drug dealing?
Their number 2 money-making venture is kidnapping and ransom. It used to be that the cartels only kidnapped rivals to punish them, to send a message, to demand their drug money back, but now they've seen it as a very lucrative source for ransom money. So not only are they kidnapping rivals, now they're kidnapping innocents.
And if their relatives don't pay the ransom?
Most likely they will never see their relative again.
I have to say, I had no idea that there was a widespread kidnapping ring in the United States of America run by Mexican mafia.
Several of them. Particularly Los Zetas cartel, which is operating along the Gulf Coast of Mexico and beyond that.
Not only does the mob have a new face, but it has an entirely different set of rules. Old lines and borders have become meaningless, and everyone is now a potential victim. So if that sounds terrifying to you, just wait. You haven't even heard the scariest part yet.
On the season finale of Amazon,
It's the last day.
Has become a major threat right here on American soil. The Los Zetas might be the most frightening cartel out there. Earlier this year, a man and woman who posted critical comments about the cartel on a blog were found strung up and mutilated on a highway overpass. According to news reports, the Zetas started out as the military wing of the Gulf Cartel, and the two factions were major players in drug trafficking. But in 2010, the Zetas began to operate independently of the Gulf Cartel, and that started a turf war. Beyond the countless terrorist attacks and mass killings these guys are responsible for in Mexico, they are now supposedly expanding into the U.S. So remember the St. Valentine's Day Massacre in 1929? Well, the Zetas took a page right out of Capone's playbook. Allegedly, 6 cartel members dressed as policemen riddled a 30-year-old American's home in Phoenix with over 100 bullets, killing him within seconds.
Because it sounds like a war. What you're describing sounds like a war. If they're killing 72 people at a time and finding mass graves.
Yeah. We see beheadings all the time in Mexico, but the first beheading related to the drug war happened in Chandler, Arizona.
That's a nice
about
town.
a year ago. It is.
It was.
We had a kidnapping a couple of years ago of a 6-year-old child in Las Vegas because his grandfather owed over $1 million to a Mexican drug cartel.
Okay, so there's the drug traffic, the kidnapping. Is there another area? I mean, they'll continue to evolve and get better and better, I assume.
They will. Well, extortion is a really, really big problem going on in Mexico right now, and they are making tons of money by just threatening business owners, asking for that weekly payment. And recently we had a big attack, one of the deadliest attacks in Mexico that happened in Monterrey, where a casino was burned to the ground in a matter of 3 minutes or less, and 52 people were killed in the process. It was allegedly by Los Zetas. They were claiming that they had been extorting the owner of the casino for a certain amount of money every week, and he didn't pay up, so that was their way of sending a message.
Where are they headed next?
One of their newer money makers involves recruiting forcibly, sometimes voluntarily, hackers to come in and help them with information theft, with fraud, with all sorts of cyber crimes.
Okay, this is bad. Gangsters with bandwidth.
And the amount of information they can obtain on targets, on rivals and citizens is scary, because now they can hack into public security systems, so pretty much the same systems that police officers use. So if they want to find a rival or find somebody who they want to target, they can do it now.
You're saying that they're way more sophisticated than they ever were before.
They're way more sophisticated, they're better trained, they're better funded, and they are more willing to take risks, and they operate with impunity.
This is more than I thought. I mean, I didn't know it was this far-reaching.
It's a very, very scary situation.
We just learned that the mob has taken the leap into cyberspace. This is not Al Capone's mob. We didn't get messed with unless you mess with them. To become a victim of cybercrime, all you gotta do is turn on your computer.
I entered cybercrime in 2000 when nobody knew what it was, but how much it has advanced in the last, say, 10 years is amazing.
If I ask you, is organized crime, dead, or is it bigger than it ever was? What would be your answer?
I wouldn't say it's bigger. I would say it's more diverse and more widespread, meaning there are smaller numbers of individuals. So the mobs of the 20s and the 30s and the 40s, Each group controlled their city. You got, Lucky Luciano, and you got Al Capone, you got guys, they each control their areas, right? Now, one guy controls pieces of the world. The mob is more sophisticated, and I'm not saying that these guys know how to hack into systems and so on. They don't. They know where the money's being made, and they will support and process and provide the network for them to continue to do this. This is the mob's world. They are con men from day one, and the victims nowadays are everybody, and you don't even know you're falling for it.
Can you tell me how it works?
Okay. You have an individual or a group of individuals that are the producers, for lack of a better word. They hack, they steal, they grab the information, all right? This could be credit card databases. This could be your social media account, your Facebook, your Twitter, those types of things. Then that information is transferred to the fraudster, the carder, all right? And these are individuals who are going to turn this into profit. So I get your credit card information, and there's multiple ways I can utilize it. I can try to buy certain things in different places. I can use it for pure identity theft. I steal your identity. I can open loans in your name. I can buy cars in your name. And I'm taking little bits of money here and there all the way through. But it's small amounts. $5 here, $10 here. It's Christmas time. Who looks at their card and goes, $10. Oh, I could have done that. Right. That's all right. And they just let it go on by. Well, $10 on 60,000 cards, we just made it $600,000.
Right. What you just described resembles the network that we used to think of when we thought of the mob.
All right. Organized crime is the exact same way, and the methodology with which hackers and carders are extracting money follows that exact same format. And then the money just flows its way up to the top.
You think your computer's